All right, welcome everyone to the Bluefield College Coaches Show, live from the Bluefield, Virginia Applebee's. Now today, our special guest leading off the show, freshman outside hitter Gabby Rigsby of the Bluefield College volleyball team that has now won 5 games in a row. And just, how about another round of applause for that? 5 games in a row they've won. So congrats on the recent success.
Thank you.
How have you guys been able to do it?
I think that we're just kind of building a chemistry finally and just working together, and it's like a completely different energy on the court with them now.
What exactly is the biggest difference between the 0-14 start now winning 5 games in a row?
I would just say, like, we're working more as a team now, and just, like, at our practices, like, we're more ready to go and just, like, ooh, like, not, like, dreading practice. It's kind of like, oh, practice, sweet. Like.
Right. So going into that last game against Bryan, that was a team that had won 10 more games than you guys had at that moment. Did you realize after getting the win that you guys pulled off a pretty good upset?
I feel like we did. Like, I didn't realize it at first, but, like, it was super cool since we had lost to them earlier in the season, and it was just cool to have, like, that comeback and be able to do that.
Now, was that in your mind that you had lost to them before, and then you come back and you're like, wow, we actually beat them?
Yeah, that was in my mind at least. Like, I always, like, remember the teams, like, that we've lost to, and I'm just like,
right.
Oh, I want to beat them. Like.
But going back to that game, just the last thing we're going to focus on is the fact that you guys go up pretty easily, 2-0, I believe, and then Bryan comes back in set 3 and steals one from you. What's going through your mind at that point when you drop a set?
I just, like, try to remember, like, okay, just one more set. Like, we were up 2-1, so, like, I was like, just one more set and we're done. Let's just get into this and, like, let's go.
Now, for you, you found some success individually. 3 double-digit kill performances in your last 3 matches. That's pretty awesome for you, Gabby, in your first year as a college outside hitter. How have you been able to find your individual success?
I feel like it's same thing with the team, like just having, like, their support and being able to, I don't know, rely on them. Like, it's more of, like, a trusting environment
right
now than it was, like, at the beginning.
So let's focus on you some more here. Coming from Fruita, Colorado.
Yeah.
What was it like playing volleyball out in Colorado?
It was super cool. I really liked playing volleyball out there. It's cool to, like, be able to come here now and play on a different side of the country.
Now, is there a difference in the style of volleyball you play out in the Rockies versus what's here on the East Coast?
Not really. It's kind of different, like, just, like, the ball floats more in Colorado just because, like, the elevation, but then, like, here it drops more, so just, like, getting used to that was different.
So is it easier to serve in Colorado than it is in Bluefield?
I mean, it's kind of the same. It's just, like, you have to get used to, like, both ways.
So the ball moves more?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how did you hear about Bluefield?
I was actually just emailing some colleges, so I was just online and looking at schools and stuff, and so came across Bluefield and ended up emailing Buddy, and so that's kind of how it started.
So he didn't even come see you at all? Actually, it was just more of you just reaching out?
Yeah, I reached out. I sent him some film, and then last February, he came and watched me in Atlanta because my club team went and played in Atlanta, and so he came and watched me there for the first time, like, actually.
So what were some of your first impressions from coming from Colorado to Bluefield?
Everyone's a lot nicer here, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's, like, a different, like, environment, like, completely.
Now, what were some of the challenges from making that big move?
I definitely would say, like, my family and friends, like, being away from them, but I just was like, well, I'll always be able to come back to them, and so
yeah, it's
might
part
as
of
well.
growing up.
Exactly, and so it's a good opportunity, and got to see again more of the country, and so it's just like a good opportunity for both.
Now,
games.
did they get to watch some of your games that we put on the Rams Digital Sports Network?
Yeah, they watch all of them.
Awesome. I'm really glad somebody's watching.
Yeah.
Not even talking about the transition from moving just personally, what was the transition like moving from playing high school volleyball to college volleyball?
I feel like it's a lot faster. It's a faster game, so you have to get used to that. And then, like, other than that, it's pretty much the same other than the speed. Just, like, having to get used to that.
Now, when you say the speed, what exactly is faster? Because I always hear that all the time, like the speed is faster. Are some of the players just more athletic as well?
I feel like what I've noticed is, like, from the difference, I guess, is, like, they get more ups and, like, you're constantly have to look at which places are open and not just, like, oh, just hit it over and hopefully get a kill. Like, it's, like, you have to look and see where places are open so you can try to aim for those spots. And they just, like, the sets are faster. And so, other than, it's basically.
Now, even going back to your move, you're coming from Colorado, and now you're in Bluefield, Virginia, West Virginia. Was there any moment of culture shock that you had?
Yeah, I just feel like everyone, it's like a big difference. Like, I don't really, like, now that I'm here, it doesn't seem like that different. But, like, whenever I first got here, like, everyone was so nice. And, like, I guess, like, the area around here is, like, different as well. And so getting used to that.
Other than the people being nice, though, what is something that struck you as, like, wow, that's different than home?
The voices, I guess. Like, people talk different here. Like, the southern accents.
Is there any, like, Bluefield or southern Appalachian slang that you've picked up on since you've been here?
Kind of just some of the stuff that Cassidy and Taylor say. Because they're from Tennessee, and so they'll just, like, say something. I'm like, that's odd. So, like, kind of just stuff like that.
So you mentioned a couple of your teammates. Was there anybody as soon as you got here that you immediately bonded with?
Me and Leslie bonded really well. She's my roommate, and so we bonded really well. And then me and Cassidy and Whitley and Taylor, I would say, bonded pretty well.
But even with your bonding off of the court, does that really change your chemistry on the court when you're playing volleyball?
Yeah, definitely. Because then if you're comfortable around them, like, without volleyball, then you can be more comfortable with them playing volleyball. So.
Now we've had Cassidy in here as well as Katie Kendrick.
Yeah.
They talked about how you guys are just enjoying being around each other a lot more than the 0-14 start. Was there something you guys changed personally off of the court after that rough start to the season?
We kind of just sat down and talked to each other, and we're like, okay, we just have to come in here with positive attitudes. And once we started coming in there with positive attitudes, then we started, like, enjoying each other more and having fun playing volleyball. So that was, like, a big difference for sure.
I mean, I guess it is a lot more enjoyable when you're winning games, winning 6 of the last 7, I might add. For you, moving forward throughout the season and moving forward with your college career, is there something that you want to see improved about your own gameplay?
I feel like I just want to be more consistent and just be able to have those type of games, like, more consistently instead of, like, every now and again, and just, like, I guess that's it.
Gosh, no, I mean, you are starting to be consistent. I mean, you had 13 kills 2 games ago. I believe you had 10 kills against Brian, so that's 3 straight double-digit kill games, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Gabby. You're playing tomorrow against Union. It's another revenge game like you played against Brian. You got the win against them. What do you guys need to do against the Bulldogs to get the win that you couldn't do the last time?
I feel like our game has completely changed since we played them last, and so if we just keep playing how we're playing and working together and trusting each other, it'll be a completely different game.
So, but for playing against Union, you're going on the road. What is it like playing on the road in your college career so far?
I think it's cool. It's interesting just because, like, I'm not used to going that far for, like, trips and stuff, and so that's different, but I don't know, it got way easier, and, like, I don't know, it's different, but it's not at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know that's a tough question to really answer, but the road trips, you're just trying to, get another win on the road in sometimes a hostile environment, and we wish you the best of luck with that. I want to do the quick question segment here.
Oh, okay.
It's my favorite part. All right, so Gabby Rigsby, freshman outside hitter from Fruita, Colorado. What is your favorite post-game meal?
I don't know. I guess I'd go to, like, Wendy's and get some spicy chicken nuggets sometimes.
Oh, do you get the 4 for 4?
4 for 4 is slap. But
Yeah, it's a slap. You heard it here. Okay. Now we're in the month of October. What is the best Halloween costume you ever had?
Ooh. I don't know. Me and my friends dressed up as Minions one time, so that was pretty
Minions?
cool. Yeah.
Okay. Show you are currently binge watching, if any show.
American Horror Story.
Which season?
Apocalypse.
Is that good?
Yes.
I couldn't get past the circus one. I was just like, my stomach hurts the whole time watching it.
If you watch the first and third season, like those are the best ones, but it's like the first and third season
First
together.
one's Murder House, third one is
Yeah.
Coven.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Best song to warm up to?
I like to listen to Hot Girl Summer.
That's my grandma's favorite song. Just kidding. Who is your favorite athlete of all time?
LeBron James.
And finally, the best part of Bluefield College is?
The people.
Gabby Rigsby, everybody, outside hitter at Bluefield College Volleyball. All right, next up we have Jaquan Ebron. Jaquan Ebron here. Hey, what's going on? Jaquan Ebron, everybody, wide receiver, Bluefield College football. Thanks for coming. Scoot on over and put that on. All right, Jaquan, how you doing today?
Doing good.
That's awesome. I bet you're doing well because you were named the Offensive Player of the Week in the Appalachian Division. Congratulations, Jaquan. Another round of applause for Jaquan Ebron. Was this something you expected out of yourself to find some sort of honor like that?
Pretty much. I mean, I continue just to play, and then if some achievement comes, then it comes.
Right, and I mean, you had to expect it after such a great game. You had 4 receptions, and 3 of them were touchdowns. I know you're laughing about that. Was there a catch out of the 4 that was your favorite?
Like the seam across the middle when 2 of them was on me, and then I caught it, and then I tried to dive for the pylon.
Oh, okay, right. So that was the 69-yard touchdown. Was there a moment when you thought they were going to catch you?
That one right there. It was. I was running, then I looked left, and I seen he was creeping up, so I had to, start running faster, and so I dove across the middle.
Now, more importantly, you guys got the win, a 57-14 dominant win against Union College. What did that feel like in the locker room after the game?
We was expecting it to win. Like every week, of course, every team was expecting to win. So we didn't take it like it was like a Super Bowl or anything.
Right.
Because we had to round hard this week, so we had to prepare for a better team.
It seems like you have this on to the next one mentality. Is that something you've always had?
Yes, I don't really live in the past. It's like a temporary, like a glory thing, and then you just move on.
Who has instilled that in you?
Probably my father, because you just don't want to, you worry about the last game, and then the next game, the next opponent is going to continue to, practice hard, and you are still worrying about that win.
So was there any moment of reflection for you, like, wow, I just had an incredible game?
Probably after the game, when I actually realized and the film came out and I watched over it and looked how I did.
But through that first half, and you had 3 catches at one point, or excuse me, all 4 of your catches, I believe, were in the first half, correct? Was there a point where you're like, Aiden, you got to keep throwing me the ball?
When we first got out there, the game plan just attacked the middle, and we seen how they was isolating me, and usually they don't isolate me by myself. So me and Aiden already knew, either a slant or a goal was coming regardless.
So, but you say that they usually don't isolate you by yourself. It seems like you just have a good awareness of what's on the field. What exactly are you looking for every time you line up?
When I line up, it depends if they're playing man or playing like a cover 2 or a zone. I look at the DB's feet or his hips or how they're staggered, and then I attack them or go inside or outside depending on my route.
Now, is that something you've learned over the years or something you've just been taught at Bluefield College?
My high school coach taught me that, Coach Trey, receiver coach. He taught me how to, attack their blind spots and then open them up, then go.
Have you always been a wide receiver?
Pretty much my whole life I played running back and DB, and then in high school I started playing wide receiver.
Was that tough for you?
No, I think I was just, naturally, like athletes, you can naturally just transition to different positions.
Did you play any other sports in Charlotte, North Carolina?
I did track and I did baseball.
Was there any moment where you were like, I'm going to go pursue a career in something other than football?
I could have went to different colleges for track, high jump.
Okay, what was your high jump, what was your personal record?
My personal record was either 6'3" or 6'4".
Wow, good for you. Did you win any championships?
I just a couple all conference, and I went to states, but I didn't win it.
You're a pretty consistent guy, Jaquan, and I like that because you have kind of quietly put together one heck of a season, even after the rough start to the couple of games. Bluefield College getting the win last game against Union. That was your second 100-yard game of the season. How have you been able to keep that consistency throughout the year?
Throughout the week, since we run like a no-huddle offense, I run during night times, and then like in practice, if we want to get like extra work after practice, I get with Aiden and we do different route concepts.
Are you the only wide receiver that does that with him?
No, Patron, he's the main guy that does that. He has a great work ethic, and he pretty much sets the tone for all the wide receivers.
You talk about all the wide receivers. What's the camaraderie and the brotherhood like between all of you guys at that position?
We're very close, from over spring workouts to summer workouts, and a couple of freshmen that came in, we were kind of close.
What's it like working with Gil Lusk, the wide receiver coach?
He's a good coach because he's young and he gets to he knows us, on the field, off the field. So we keep in touch, dealing with football or even just anything.
How important is it to have a young coach that can identify with you a little bit better?
It's good because nowadays, coaches are getting younger, depending on different schemes you run, football teams, offenses.
Right. Now, it's your second year, a sophomore at Bluefield College. What's the biggest change in your game, if there has been any change, from your freshman year to your sophomore year?
It's not really a change. This year I played more inside and outside. Last year I just played outside. So that's the only difference.
Speaking of change, it's a different quarterback this year. Aiden Wilder this year, who threw 4 total touchdowns in that game. He had Kason Witt during your freshman season. And I asked Lowell Patron this last time he was on this show as well. Were there any changes that you had to make working with a new quarterback?
Not really. It's just that Aiden, he's more of a dual threat. So if he's about to get sacked, he'll run. And we would have to work scrambling drills, go left and right, get an open hole so we can get the pass to us.
Right. Moving forward, you got that win, finally getting over the hump with that win. Moving forward with you throughout the season, even with that accolade you got, you seem like you're a forward-thinking guy. What's something you want to see out of yourself in the remaining games?
Consistency. Even though I'm doing well, I want to see better consistency, more blocking for myself, and just more receptions probably.
More reception. Well, you already lead the team in receptions.
Oh.
You're still pretty hungry. Good for you. Want to do the quick questions part with you, Jaquan. This is our favorite part. We're going to just ask quick-hitting questions. And so, Jaquan Ebron, sophomore wide receiver from Charlotte, North Carolina. Who was your favorite wide receiver growing up?
It's between Chad Johnson and Steve Smith.
Are you a Panthers fan?
No, but I grew up in Carolina, so.
Who do you like?
My favorite team, Redskins.
Redskins. Oh, sorry. Who is the best guy to sit next to on the bus in long road trips?
Probably Patron.
Why is that?
He would say some stuff, funny stuff, or put you on different music.
Gotcha. Now, do you guys talk the whole time, or do you actually get to sleep?
We be chilling.
Good for you. I cannot. Everybody's talking so loud on the bus. I can never fall asleep. Who is your favorite musical artist?
J. Cole.
What's the best movie you've ever seen?
Best movie, Coach Carter.
Richmond. Okay, right. Sport you are the best at that is not football?
Track, high jump.
Favorite snack on a road trip?
Skittles.
Skittles? Do you eat those before the game like Marshawn Lynch?
Before and during the game.
During the game? Did you have them during this game?
Yes.
How many bags of Skittles did you eat?
Just one.
Just like the regular red bag of Skittles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am glad I know that. And finally, what is your prediction for the game on Saturday against Reinhardt?
To get a win and continue to move on to the next for conference play.
Moving on to the next, Jaquan Ebron, wide receiver, Appalachian Division Player of the Week. Jaquan, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have Dewey Lusk, the head coach of Bluefield College football. Oh, Coach Lusk, come on down. I trip you up today? I'm making it easier. There we go. I'm thinking of you. All right, Coach. All right, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
A 57-14 win on Saturday. What are your total takeaways from that game that maybe we didn't get to talk about on Saturday on Facebook Live?
Well, you know, the kids just played extremely hard and played extremely well and played for 4 quarters. And you know, I've always said the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to win the football game, and that definitely happened on Saturday night. But, you know, being able to run the football some opened up a lot of things. But, you know, we were very physical. I thought we tackled well on defense and made a lot of plays. Defense got some turnovers. We didn't turn it over as much. But what about the play? Jaquan Ebron, his cousin Greg played well. Aiden Wilder played well. Our offensive line played well. There's just a lot to go around, and you know, it's a total team effort. And hopefully that will give them a boost for this Saturday as well.
Now, you talked about the offensive line. That has, you know, really been a challenge for you guys, such a young part of the football team throughout the year. They looked great for Bluefield College. Aiden Wilder had time to throw, but I think most notably the running game really developed. And we actually had a running back score a touchdown this weekend.
That's and Tavis White ran the ball extremely well, and Xavier Freeman. You know, even Cameron Wright and little Caleb Gibson have done a nice job as well. But, you know, they keep getting better with more experience, and we need them to because, you know, we're getting to the meat of this Appalachian Conference schedule.
Now, you talk about the Appalachian Division schedule. Was that part of the mindset going into this game that these are the ones that really start to count?
Well, and you know, starting off 0-4 before we got this win, you know, we talked about that a lot. The slate's clean now. And, you know, one of our goals every year is to win the conference championship. And you know, that started this past week with Union. And, you know, got a tough Reinhardt team coming in. And, you know, I was just talking with Dr. Olive over there. And to win the Appalachian part of the Mid-South, it goes through Reinhardt.
Right.
And so we need to go down there and play well and be patient and not make many mistakes and not turn the ball over. And if we'll do those things and give ourselves an opportunity in the fourth quarter, you know, we'll have a chance to win that football game. They're 4-2 right now. 2 tough losses. Kennesaw State, who's definitely a good football program, 1AA, FCS. But Kaiser's a top 20 team, and Kaiser was able to beat them 14-12, but able to run the football, patient. If something wasn't there, went ahead and punted the ball, kept them deep, and made them make mistakes and have to go the distance. So hopefully we can play hard, believe, play together, and continue what happened last Saturday night.
Well, focusing on Reinhardt, they're a team that has been a perennial power in the Appalachian Division. What exactly makes the Eagles so good every year?
Their defensive line. And I say that quickly because and they don't have to cover long. Their 4 defensive linemen are in a track stance, and they are coming. They are athletic. They're big. They're strong. And we have to do some things to counter that strength. And, you know, and I think you've got to come right at them. I think they want you to sit in the pocket and throw the football to try to sack the quarterback, get fumbles, and make you turn it over on interceptions. And you got to pick and choose when to take your shots. You know, offensively, they want to run the football. we've done a decent job the last couple years with them, at least for a half defensively, and we have to do our part on the offensive side to help counter that, and we have to establish some run game and not turn the ball over. But last year it was 17-7 late in the second quarter, and they ended up getting a cheap one right there late to make it 24-7. So we've got to avoid them giving up a big play to them, and kind of be patient and hang in there.
So reflecting back to this game on Saturday, and I really love the forward thinking that Jaquan was talking about, and then you have also displayed in this interview. You got a Gatorade bath right there at the end. What did that mean to you?
Oh my goodness! That what was great about that is that the kids and the coaches have hung in there, because losing 4 in a row is tough, but nobody lost sight of the ultimate goal, and everybody hung in there, not pointing fingers, put one foot in front of the other, and keep working and keep digging, and positive things are going to happen. My dad taught me a long time ago, you expend a whole lot more energy being negative than being positive, and we've tried to stay positive, and we have, and we've kept working at it, and that was a culmination of all that, and the kids were excited, and I think also they knew it was my birthday, so it was a pretty good birthday present as well. But that's just a good sign of a good team hanging together and playing together, and good things happening.
Well, you mentioned it is your birthday, Coach. I want to just talk about your birthdays in the past. What is the best ever birthday present, other than maybe winning this weekend, that you've ever gotten in your life? I know it's only your 26th birthday.
Celebrated about 30 times. Goodness gracious. I can't. Been a lot of birthdays. But, I'm going to tell you what, that was pretty special this past Saturday night. Because that was a lot of hard work and really good kids. And I'd have to say this one.
Well, that's great. A 57-14 win.
And I'm 57 years old.
57.
Uh-huh.
Wow. And 57 points.
Yeah.
You were talking about guys that were positive. Who are some of the specific members of this team that were positive even through the 0-4 start?
Well, Aiden Wilder has stayed positive for sure. DeMarcus Wimbush, Logan Hennett, Colin O'Donnell, Joe Hayner. The list goes on and on and on. But, I mentioned some of the, strong leaders on our football team. And that's what it takes. It starts at the top. And, some of the best football teams that I've been associated with in my 35 years, you can look back and you can name several leaders on that team. And the teams that weren't so successful, you're sitting there going, you can't name many. And so we have several really good leaders, and they did a tremendous job of staying positive. Jonathan Green, defensive back, he came up with the motto, "This is win week." And so we're going to keep with that right there. It's win week, and so that's what we broke it down to all week on that. So I thought that was pretty cool too.
That's a good note to end on, I think, Coach. It is win week in Bluefield. The Rams go on the road this weekend to face off against Reinhardt. Coach, thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
And that concludes another edition of the Bluefield College Coaches Show every Monday here at 7 o'clock at the Bluefield Applebee's.